What's up, everybody? I hope you guys are having a fantastic morning. Sorry for the light, but I'm doing this in my car. Guys, this is urgent, breaking 100 mother effing important news. Palantir just made a deal with the United Kingdom's armed forces, the military of the UK, for $75 million. Not dollars. 75 million pound, which is approximately $100 million. And this is to digify, revolutionize their military and bring them into 2030. Guys, it's happening. Everything we said that's happening in the Ukraine, everything that we said with the geopolitical uncertainty, it's happening. From my understanding, this is the biggest contract out of the United States when it comes to military. Palantir is freaking smashing it. The price does not reflect Palantir. That's a fact. Palantir is smashing it. Would you believe me if I told you $1.5 billion worth of deals signed up, locked up in the last 3 months? Not within a quarter, because some were last quarter, some are this quarter, but within a 3-month span. $1.5 billion, guys. $1.5 billion. $220-something million was the United States military. Then they did an extension of $10.1 million with the United States military. NIH extension, $8.6 million on top of the $65 million. On top of that, they just did another contract with the NHS to extend the $65 million contract. $430 plus million with the CDC. Multi-million dollar contract with Cleveland Clinic. Multi-million dollar contract with Tampa Hospital. Multi-million dollar contract with Crisis 24. Multi-million dollar contract with Integrity Mold. Guys, these are just some of the contracts that we know about. There are so many other contracts and deals out there. They are freaking smashing it. And we're near a record 52-week low. Near a record 52-week low. Let me ask you a question. Palantir, $2.4 billion of reserves on the books, $950 million revolving credit line. Over $1 billion worth of deals to come. And they just locked up $1.5 billion in deals just in the last 3 months. Do you think this company is worth less now than it was a year ago? Do you think this justifies a share price that is over 30%, 35% less than their DPO? And let's talk about the DPO, direct public offering. Why didn't it say IPO, initial public offering? Direct public offering is essentially you're bypassing all of the middlemen, the brokers, Wall Street, and Wall Street is not getting their cut. You do this as a company seldomly. Very rarely does a company actually do this. And they do this to pass the savings on to the shareholders. I know there's a lot of grief. I know there's a lot of shit that we hear. Hey, they're stock-based compensation. The only people that are making money are the CEOs. And yeah, the CEOs are making money, the C-level executives. But at the end of the day, the stock-based compensation is needed to attract the best talent in the world. Right now is literally Palantir's time to shine. I made a bet with Chris Patel. Whoever is going to outpace who? Is Palantir going to outpace Snowflake, or is Snowflake going to melt? Or is Snowflake going to outpace Palantir? I was going to say, is Palantir going to outpace Snowflake and Snowflake is going to melt? Or is Snowflake going to be a very big snowman and outpace Palantir? Anyways, our bet is by 2023, who's going to be as a percentage higher or lower? And the reason I picked at the end of 2023, and you guys hear me talk about this all the time, is that I have a thesis that by 2023, especially in the last quarter 4, quarter 3, maybe earlier, we'll start seeing it, that you're going to start seeing a lot of these efforts and contracts that we've been working on so hard to get actually come in and reflect in the earnings, right? Profitability. That's all people care about, or that's all the haters care about. Obviously, we care about the profitability as well, but we understand the dilution, we understand the stock-based compensation. And does it suck? It absolutely sucks, but look at the bigger picture. We need the best talent, the top 1%, the top 1% of 1%. A lot of people are getting fired right now in Silicon Valley. Palantir is hiring. I made a video the other day. Nearly 3,000 employees. This is a record, like 2,900 and change. It's almost 3,000. This is a record. Nearly 1,000 employees in the UK, 50 employees in Canada, other employees throughout Europe. There was an article that came out from Washington Post, very one-sided towards Palantir, essentially crediting Ukraine's David versus Goliath story on Palantir, that Palantir allows Ukraine through Meta Constellation to see what the heck is going on. Now, Meta Constellation is when you take commercial satellites and you use them in real time in different domains. So it's not just a still picture that you're going to get tomorrow. That's not going to help you. It's real-time information and data that helps you win on the battlefield. And then you use that information, you feed it to your groups, you feed it to your military, you feed it to the people that can use it, and they can actually extract real use cases. Not hypothetical, real use case. And that's why Ukraine is doing so well against Russia. Ukraine knows where Russia's going to be before Russia knows. Ukraine knows where not to be to avoid Russia, and Ukraine knows where to attack to have the highest probability of success. And I believe that countries see what's happening. This is why this is now trickling down to UK. And this is why I believe that Germany says that they're increasing their spending of GDP for NATO, and they're going to be increasing to modernize their own military. After World War II, Germany is not concerned with their military as much, and they said, hey, we're going to increase our military now for defensive purposes. Spain also said that they're going to be increasing their level of total GDP NATO contributions. Guys, at the end of the day, Palantir is showing the world what they can do with technology, and it's not enough to have brute force. It's not enough to have, hey, we have 1 million soldiers with AK-47s. That's not what it is. You can't win with hats no more, right? And anybody in Russian that speaks Russian understands what I'm going to say. This is the train of thought, old school mentality of if we have enough people, we're going to win. That's not the case anymore. Your people are useless if we know how to avoid them. Your forces are useless if we know when to attack when you're most vulnerable. This contract with the UK, why I'm so excited about this, is not the US contracts, it's UK. If you hear Dr. Alex Karp, says, hey, our total addressable market is over 900 billion. And he mentions, yeah, our biggest sector, our biggest industry is the United States, but they said, hey, we do work with the UK and we do work with other countries. I think this is going to trickle down to all NATO countries. Listen to what I just said. All NATO countries, or a significant portion of them, are going to be using Palantir to modernize their army. Everyone's going to end up using Palantir. It's going to be to the point where if you don't use Palantir, then you're not going to make it. Anyways, guys, $1.5 billion over the last 3 months. Why I'm most excited, this is a UK contract, not a United States contract. And like I said, in 2023, be ready to see same things with Germany, same things with Spain, same things probably with all the smaller Baltic type countries, and a lot of contracts are going to be announced with Ukraine. And in some way, shape, or form, this war ends in a stalemate or some fake victory or fake defeat, whatever. We need it to end. The market should rally, and Palantir is going to get their lion's share of profits. It is absolutely travesty, and it's absolutely shameful that Palantir is trading at a 52-week low. It's absolutely disgusting, and things like this just got to change, man. It got to change. It does not make sense. I don't like it, and I think the future is super bright for Palantir. Thank you very much, and have a great day.